Another Formula 1 season is in the books. The 2024 season has come and gone. And a lot to talk about. We have champions crowned to both F1 and F2. A lot of emotional goodbyes as well in F1 and probably in F2 as well. And some controversial performance from a certain champion. So a lot to talk about in the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix weekend. So if you don't want to hear, you like daily reactions, then leave a like, subscribe video on the road to 200 subscribers. Appreciate if you hit that subscribe button. The fight for the final week as well. Let's try and reach that 100. So let's try and reach 50 subscribers. At least 50 subscribers. This last F1 race weekend, I'm sure we can hit that. You guys can do that. I guarantee you do that. If you don't do this, you don't hit that subscribe button, then your favourite driver is going to have a horrible season next year. I can guarantee you that. So yeah, let's jump then into the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix weekend, where McLaren are Constructors champions. They win their first championship since the first Constructors championship since 1998. I was -3 at that point. It's been that long. First championship in the 21st century. They've come close a few times. I mean, 2007 they did win it, but obviously got chucked. Well, would have won, I should say, but got chucked out for cheating. And then 2008 they came close. And other than that, they've not really been challenging that often. But they get it done thanks to Lando Norris, who got the win, which they needed. They beat Ferrari, and that's all that mattered in the end. And even though Ferrari did outscore today, it wasn't enough. As the win from Ricardo pretty much sealed it. Obviously, Piastri got taken out by Verstappen at the start, but it pretty much he ruined his day. In the end, they decided to crash into Colapinto, but they say crash into Colapinto. But that's the main thing. McLaren, for the first time since 2009. I mean, it's a technicality, because you could argue it's 2008, a team that's not Red Bull or Mercedes have won the Constructors, because Braun won in 2009, but that is Mercedes. It's the same team, it's just a different name. So it depends on how you look at it. But first time since I count it's the first time since 2008, really. It's the first time since 2008 that a different factory has won it, other than two, so we can say that at least. But yeah, great job from McLaren. They deserved it. They took the lead in the end. They've been the best team for 2/3 of the year, so they deserve to win it. And we all say is congratulations to McLaren. Zach Brown, he's going to absolutely cook at the party tonight. He's the man you want to have at your party, 100%. Like, Zach Brown has a lot of energy, and especially he kept a lot of energy in the race. Like, he didn't let any little bit of energy out. He's saving it for the party. That party is going to be lit. It's a party you definitely want to be at. But great job from McLaren. Thoroughly deserved it in the end. Another big thing as well. The Constructors, Alpine beat Haas to 6 after Gasly once again cooking these last 4 races. I mean, Gasly lost 4 races. I'm not even joking. It's probably like 6, and there's probably 6 in the championship. I'm not even joking. He's cooked these last 4 races. 5th, 3rd, 5th, and 7th. 3rd, 5th, and 3rd, 5th, and 7th in these last 4 races. I don't know where this has been for the first 8 or first 20 races, but better late than never. That's at least something. I think in Vegas he would have scored points as well. So yeah, it's better late than never. But promising signs for Alpine going into next season. And also Gasly beat Hulkenberg to 10th. So that was also something as well. Jack Doohan, obviously his first race, saw the checker flag, saw the Maz. And yes, for a lot of other drivers who were saying goodbye to F1, didn't have a good day. I think only one of them actually had a decent day. Yeah, only one of the 5 who won't be able to go next year actually had a normal race. We'll talk about that when we get to the results, but big up to McLaren. They won the championship. They have to wait 98 days. Convenient. That last time was 98, and we have to wait conveniently 98 days. That's pretty convenient, but till next season, as I said, 2025 will go down as one of the best years in F1. Guarantee that now. And then 2026 is going to be fucking boring, because it's going to be one team dominating. We'll win 20 of the 25 races, or whatever it'll be. That's what's going to happen. Not like for 26, but 25 should be a lot of fun. And in terms of sticking with McLaren, what a day it was for McLaren. Gary Bortoleto, McLaren Jr., albeit for another 20-odd days, 23 days, whatever it is, wins the F2 championship in the most championship way possible. Decided not even as soon as the 5 red lights go out. The lights go out, Hadjar stalled. Great, championship done. What a championship fight that was. What a championship, the race was pointless. No one cared about the race anymore, because Hadjar was 2 laps down. He got 1 lap back, because he actually only just went 2 laps down, but yeah, it was such a shame, because Hadjar actually had good pace. It would have been actually a great battle between Bortoleto and Hadjar, because Hadjar could easily have won that race and would have won the championship. So it's a real shame. Obviously, it doesn't really matter. Both will probably be in F1. One will be, and one most likely will be in F1 next year. If Hadjar's not in F1 next year, he'll be there in 26. He's going to be in F1. It's just whether it's next year or not. But yeah, it was just a bit of a disappointing way to just you build this. It's one of the best championship fights in F2 history. And it decides like that. What a shame. But at least he went to the final race. That's something at least. And we also say goodbye to Alex Jakes as well. Another emotional moment. Obviously, his last time commentating F2. We're probably going to do some horrible commentators next year, but it was fun while it lasted. His 10 years running the show. I think it's actually really watch Alex Jakes in 2015. He doesn't sound the same person. He's a nervous wreck of doing that race. But big up Alex Jakes on that. And then F2, obviously done again. Andrea Kvyat, and Antonelli didn't race this weekend because of illness. So a lot of things happened across F1 and F2. But obviously we say goodbye to David Hill as well, who's no longer on F1 coverage. Good riddance. Get rid of that biased prick as well. Now we can talk about the weekend itself, the results. You see, we'll start qualifying. You see, Lando Norris tied the pole positions for 2024 alongside Max Verstappen, getting his 8th pole of the year. Although we all know Verstappen should have had a night in Qatar. was rather nice, we should say. But yeah, great pole for Norris. Took it right at the end, and McLaren, well, definitely the quickest team again, so definitely deserves pole. Oscar Piastri, front row for McLaren. Great result, P2. Carlos Sainz in his final day, or final qualifying for Ferrari, P3, great result for him. Nico Hulkenberg, round of applause, P4 for Haas, absolutely cooked. Got 3 plays good penalty, which ruined his race, actually, which cost him. That penalty cost him, because he was behind Gasly, never got past him, so, and they had the same pace, so that 3 plays good penalty cost Hulkenberg massively. Max Verstappen, P5, who was sideways after the end of his first lap, did well to get to be P2, was to keep it out the wall. 90% of these drivers put it in the wall. Not even joking. In that final quarter, Verstappen was one of the few who won't. And yeah, did improve on his second lap. So P5 for him. Pierre Gasly, once again, cooking to Alpine to P6. George Russell, well, that's what you get for chatting shit. You're P7. Fernando Alonso, again, once again, cooking that Aston Martin P8. Valtteri Bottas in his final qualifying session, potentially in his F1 career, or at least for the time being, 9th. His best result of the year as well. Qualifying his previous best was 10th. And Sergio Perez got into Q3. Didn't do much after that. P10 for Red Bull in what is probably going to be his final weekend. Well, Daniel's final weekend with Red Bull, potentially in F1 as well. And in Q2, both RBs of Yuki Tsunoda and Liam Lawson. Very well, which one of those will be in the Red Bull? Lawson. But we never know. With Lance Stroll, just strolling in 13th. Charles Leclerc, bottled it, did go quickest in Q2. And then P14. And plus had a 10-place grip penalty, so things were already off to a bad start for Leclerc. He now starts 19th because of other penalties, but yeah, Leclerc, what can you say of that? And Kevin Magnussen, in his final qualifying, was P15 for Haas. Magnussen is definitely one of those who won't be going back to F1. He's off to World Endurance Championship, but that's probably where he's going to be for the future. You know, Bottas, Perez, they'll try and get back for 26. Alex Renault, Q1, Alex Renault, 16th for Williams. That's where Williams obviously started 18th with penalties, so the quick qualifying was pointless. Zhou Guanyu, in his final qualifying for Sauber, potentially F1 as well, is 17th. Again, another driver who's probably going to try and go back for 26. One of Bottas, Perez, or Zhou will be in F1 in 26. One of those will drive for Cadillac, it's just who? Here's the question. Lewis Hamilton, in his final race to Mercedes, final qualifying, I should say, for Mercedes, 18th. Third time in 6 races, by the way, he's out in Q1. What happened in Hamilton Q1? Again, running over a bollard, of all things, ruining your lap, just sums up Hamilton's 2020, just sums up this end of the year for Hamilton. It would be Hamilton to get screwed over by a bollard. But that's life, to be honest. Franco Pinto, in his final qualifying, for the time being at least 19th for Williams, I'm sure we'll definitely see him back at some point. And Jack Doohan, in his first qualifying in F1 in 20th, not too far off to be fair, only 2 tenths off Colin Pinto. 3 tenths off, I think, getting out of Q1, so it wasn't too bad in the end for Jack Doohan. Yeah, this weekend was pretty much just that testing session. It must be a testing session for Doohan ahead of next season, so not too bad in the end for the Aussie. And now we'll talk about the race. And for Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, as Abu Dhabi Grand Prix go, it was actually a very decent race. It was actually pretty enjoyable. You had, obviously, Lando Norris winning the race in the McLaren. He led from start to finish. Pedal the lead off the start. Didn't have to do much after the 2 cars behind and crashed. And then never looked back. Great result for Lando Norris, his 4th win of the year and 4th of his career, to win the Constructors Championship for McLaren. And for what? A happy Norris radio for once. So normally when happens to win, he's like, yeah, thanks guys. And actually happy radio for Norris for once. It's about time. I mean, when you win a championship. Obviously, going to next year, probably will be the favourite for the championship. But if McLaren are like this, he should win the championship, but you never know. But still, great day though for Lando Norris nevertheless. Carlos Sainz getting his final podium for Ferrari, and his final podium for a long time, because he's going to absolute dog crap with a Williams. P2, great result for him. Yeah, who knows what we'll see. He won't be on the podium next year, that's for sure. 26, who knows. Charles Leclerc, what a result for Charles Leclerc. By 19th on the grid to P3. He was P8 after lap 1. He gained 11 places, well, they were 4 places in 1 corner. Like, what a result. What a drive, what first lap for Leclerc. That reminded me of Kimi Räikkönen from 2020 in Portugal, if you know, you know. Yeah, great result for him. Lewis Hamilton, round of applause, at his final race to Mercedes, beats his teammate George Russell, and outscores his teammate George Russell across the 3 seasons. He finished P4, and yeah, actually a good final race for him in the Mercedes. Things we like to see, that 12-year partnership, which is actually kind of crazy to think that partnership is now over. Ends with Lewis Hamilton in P4, not too bad in the end for him. And when did he finish it? Was that when he finished in his first? I think he was actually 5th in his first race. He was either 4th or 5th in his first race for Mercedes, so he decided to finish pretty much where he started, so not too bad in the end, but still a great day for Lewis Hamilton. George Russell, and yeah, it's going to be so weird seeing him. I still can't picture him in red. Like, even though conveniently he walked into the paddock wearing a red outfit, convenient, not silver, not black, no red. You know, that's definitely just like, yeah, I'm driving with you today, but I'm driving for this is what I'm really driving for tomorrow or next year. But yeah, so not too bad in the end. Still not bad in the end, but yeah, great to see Lewis Hamilton end on a high note with Mercedes. George Russell, P5, just couldn't get past Gasly in the first part of the race, so then finished P5, just no pace for him. Max Verstappen, terrible race for him after obviously the contact with Piastri that one. Got the penalty. It was a bit harsh, but it's a turn 1 incident, but I guess, you know, They had to be consistent because based on the F1 Academy race, he had to get a penalty. Just bear in mind, the F1 Academy penalty in the first race should not have been a penalty. Like, it was the same thing. Chambers taking out Pan, but Norman Pan is the one who turned on Chambers. That was, well, yeah. I don't think either of them were a penalty, but based on the F1 Academy race, Verstappen had to have a penalty, otherwise it just looks bad. But Red Bull just didn't have to pace either. Even without that penalty, he still probably would finish P. Well, he might have been Russell, I guess, but he was ahead of Russell. So, well, he actually no, he wasn't ahead of Russell. He probably still would have finished P6 anyway, with or without the penalty. So, yeah, just no pace really for Red Bull. But he ends the season though with a forcible title. That's all that matters. Next year though, Max Verstappen is not going to win. If Verstappen's going to struggle to finish in the top 5 in the championship, let alone win the thing, with how bad Red Bull are potentially going to be. So, yeah, P6 not really great for Verstappen. Not the end of the year he would have wanted. Yeah, Gasly, as we already spoke, I had P7 for Alpine, and as a result, Alpine P6 and Gasly P10 of the drivers. What is the season for them? They could be dangerous next year, you know. And then versus Aston Martin for P5 could be on. Then yeah, Nico Hulkenberg once again cooking in his final race for Haas, ended up in 8th, scoring points. What a season it is for Hulkenberg, who scored 1 points finished last year, well 2 if you include sprint. 9 points this year, he scores 40. What a season for him. Had a lot of 11th places as well, so never more luck. He would have finished in that. To be fair, that 10th in the championship, and would have got a couple more points. And yeah, I think Hulkenberg had 11 place finishes across the season, so I guess it's only right he finishes 11th in the championship, right? Just sums it up, to be honest. And then yeah, Fernando Alonso once again scoring points for Aston Martin, able to get a couple of points at the end of the year. And Oscar Piastri scored a point for McLaren. And thank God Piastri did not get lapped, by the way, because as a result, Oscar Piastri completed every lap this season, both sprint and the main race. And he was so close to going lapped. He was actually 3 seconds away from being lapped because of these incidents. Obviously, the contact with Verstappen by his fault, then drove it back on Pinto, got a penalty, broken for a 2-stop. Like, the fact he almost went a lap down, I would have really pissed me off if Piastri went a lap down right at the end of the race to ruin his 100% finishing streak. Well, he finished every race, but 100% laps, completed laps of the season. You know what I mean. He just survived that. And yeah, scored a point. Not too bad in the end. Not the way he would want it to end the year. And he was last driver to finish. I think he was last driver to finish the race. So, pretty good for him. Then Alex Albon just without the points at the end in 11th for whatever. I can't speak English. Alex Albon 11th for Williams. Finally, he had a normal race for once. First time since Azerbaijan he actually had a race. Not driving around either with half a car or in the pit lane parked. He actually had a normal race once, so fair play to Alex Albon. Yuki Tsunoda, who didn't know how to start the car, who just sat on the grid. Went to start the race, finished P12. Zhou Guanyu in his final race in 13th for Kick Sauber, the only driver in his final race to actually have a normal race, as you can see by the results. Does he have a penalty, though? He did actually have a penalty, for jump fails to a false start, although I don't think he actually changed anything. Lance Stroll, just doing Lance Stroll things in 14th for Aston Martin. I don't think he actually scored points in the second half of the season. Just stepped up Stroll, to be honest. Jack Doohan, in his first race, was 15th for Alpine. Good result for him. He saw the checker flag, and he had some good battles with Joe and Stroll. So the matters. Good race for Doohan. He saw the checker flag. That's all they needed to do. Obviously, he's got testing as well in midweek ahead of next year, so a solid debut for Jack Doohan. Kevin Magnussen in his final race for Haas and his final race in F1, 16th. Does, though, do what Daniel Ricciardo did and get fastest lap in his final race. That's what we like to see. I mean, he had all sorts of problems. He got a terrible pit stop the first time around. Then he got taken out by Bottas. And then he only had soft tyres left. He had to pit for so many soft tyres. Got fast lap. I think got fast lap twice in the end. But yeah, 16th at the end. Won his final race, but gets the fast lap, so that's all that matters for him. Then we have 4 retirements, considering last year's Abu Dhabi Grand Prix we had no retirement. So technically we had 1 because Sainz retired on the final lap. We had 4 this year. We had Liam Lawson, who his car blank blew up with 2 laps to go. Or 3 laps to go, actually. We had an awful race anyway. His wheel almost came off, so we had to pit again. Then he had a 10-second stop-go penalty. What an absolute mess for him. Ended up in the end running, I think he was 17th anyway, actually 16th with Max pitted. But then his car blew up straight away, so disappointing for him. His first DNF in F1, his first DNF as well in like over 2 years. So, about time he had a DNF, to be fair. In what potentially might be his final race for RB. I mean, it is his last race for RB because it's going to be called Racing Bulls next year. Hey, it's not worth it celebrating a new name. They changed that, it's the same name. But based on the rumours, he is in that Red Bull next year. I mean, with how that Red Bull's going, it's not looking good for him already. And then we had, he's not classified for his still DNF. And in terms of other DNFs, Valtteri Bottas, it is potentially final race in F1. Definitely his final race for Sauber. Retired after taking out Magnussen. They were straight as that. He was gone straight. Do. Oh, brake. I need to brake. Oh, I'm going straight. Oh, bang. Yep, into Magnussen. That's what happened. So I'm surprised Magnussen's car survived that, to be honest. But Bottas, yeah, out of the race. Not how you want to end. Franco Colapinto retired in the Williams. I believe it was an engine problem in the end. Was the official cause of retirement. I say cause of death then. Not have been pretty harsh. Pretty peak that, but no. Engine problems, probably because he got hit by Piastri. He got smashed up the ass by Piastri. But they said it was an injured issue in the end, so disappointing for him in his final race for the time being. We will see him back at some point. But for the time being, he ends with 3 DNFs in 4 races for Colin Vinter, by the way. Not the end to his time enough what he would have wanted. And Sergio Perez, I mean, if that doesn't sum up Sergio Perez in 2024, I don't know what does. Gets spun around on that one by Bottas. Bottas had a terrible day, by the way, taking out 2 people. And the same as today, car just switched off and didn't restart. So, some sort of issues as a result. And out of the race. Just taken out on that one. Not more you can do about that. But yeah, Sergio, not the way Perez's career would have wanted to end. Back-to-back DNFs in the final 2 races. No one wants to see that. But that just sums up Sergio Perez perfectly, if I'm being brutally honest. Not what we wanted to see. Let's talk about F2. See in the feature race there, Pepe Marti won the race in the Campos. His first win of the year. It was been a horrible season for him. Ends the season with a fantastic win, which is what we like to see. 18 different winners, by the way. 18 winners in 20, well, at the time, 27 races. 18 winners in 28 races across the whole season. Absolutely competitive season of Formula 2. Only 4 full-time drivers didn't win. Because they were all 4 full-time drivers. That's an incredible thing to think about. Did he help Campos in every way, shape, or form? It's a great result for him. And then Gareth Bortoleto, championship leader, finished P2 in the end from P9 to P2. Great result for him and gave himself a big lead for the championship. Well, I say big lead, there's a few points lead in the championship, but still a great day for him. Dino Beganovic, in his 3rd race in F2, gets a podium. Bear in mind because of a couple of penalties, but podium's a podium in the end. P3, great result for him. Oliver Behrman in his final sprint race finished P4 for Prema, with Isaac Hatchar finishing P5 after damaging from on lap 1 for getting hit by Maney. Classic Kush Maney. After a few penalties, P5, good representation for him. Luke Browning gets a few points in ART in his 2nd point finish in F2. In his 6 races, Richard Shaw gets a couple of points for Repping Motorsport, and Jack Crawford, who went from 21st or 20th to 8th, gets a point. Not too bad in the end for him, with Oliver Gerstenhuis and Leonardo Ferraroli. His first race was P10. You had one retirement, which was Joshua Dirksen, who was taken out by Cordeal, who started on reverse grip pole, finished 13th. You had Paul Lammer, who finished 3rd, disqualified because of an illegal DRS, and Andrea Kimi Antonelli, as we said, withdrew because of an illness. Not good to see. And then in the feature race, Joshua Dirksen won the race for AIX, his 2nd win of the year, his first feature race win of the year, which is great to see. In the final of the season, what a stead to the year he's had. And yeah, because it's weird. Had a Gareth Bortoleto who did enough to win the championship in the end. P2 again. Wins the championship. Back-to-back championships for him after he had F2. And a deserved seat in F1 next year. So a great day for him. And for Brazil, another world champion for Brazil to have a back on the F1 grid. We'd like to see. Richard Shaw, another 3rd place for him in the F1 Motorsport. Had a Victor Bartels who went from pole to 12th to 4th. Not too bad in the end, of course, these are the points. Oliver Behrman in his final race in F2, finished at P5. With Pepe Marti, another great day for him in 6th. Dino Beganovic, another great race again for him in 7th. With Averill Cordeal, most likely his final race in F2 at 8, getting a few points. With Oliver Gerther getting golf points in 9th for Motorsport. And Rotella Mayata 10th for Ronin, just completing the points, just ahead of Paul Aaron, who had a disappointing end to the season, really, for him. Yeah, 2 tops at the end, Rafael Villagomez and Jack Crawford, who collided on turn 1 of that one, both have damage, both retired, with Andrea Chiriatinelli withdrawing because of the illness. So his F2 campaign ended on Friday in qualifying. Not good for him, but Gareth Bortoleto wins the championship, great result for him. But speaking of championships, Alfie Pulling, who won the championship last weekend, then lost the championship this weekend because they had an extra race, extra few points, won the championship Friday again, pole position. Great day, great thing for her. She was the championship. Although to be fair, F1 is pretty boring. Alfie Pulling's won 9 of the 16 races. Not the best look, is it, on the series for me? On 9 of the 14 races even. Not the best look on the series, but it is what it is. And of course, the big one, McLaren, Constructors Championship champions for 2024. So that is it then for 2024. F1 is done and dusted. Obviously, I'm testing on Tuesday. I'll talk about that. And yeah, we're full focus on 2025, which will probably be, which I'm very looking forward to, the best season of F1 is 2021. Which that's a lot longer, but it's going to go down as one of the best seasons of all time. So very much. Can't wait for that. So if you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe for that. Check out these videos, see the also channel, and subscribe out there. And if you enjoyed this F1 videos, leave a like as well. And I'll see you next one. Bye, guys.